Hello and welcome to another Wurmz Animation Workshop. It's a Thursday and I never could get the hang of Thursdays. So what I'm going to show you today is some of the inner workings of my game design, and what we're looking at here today is the second character set I use for graphics, some of the main animations. I've just been poring over this the other day and redoing it. The first font has got more land blocks in it for setting up your background. And number 2 here is for animation of the worm. Now, as you can see, a lot going on there. And what I'm going to do, we're going to take you to a big screen version. It should be easier to see, and it's got character blocks and pixel squares on. Now, one of the first things I've done is to take number 97 there. And that worm used to be dead center of the character block, and I've shifted it over so his tail's hard left of the block, and you can see on the character 100 it's the opposite. And you can now see that many other graphics are exactly the same. So this is for a reason, because I want to be able to hold a gun or another little weapon just before he actually fires it, so it's still within the same character block, and I don't have to print a gun here where there could be a land block or something. So I'm keeping the weaponry that you've selected within the cell block, and it looks better. He's not holding a gun, now he is, and then you can put it away. Yeah? Load up, put it away. Smaller worms, if he's squishing down to do a jump, there should be somewhere that I've done. There you go. So a combination of 97 and then 99, he squats down. I know they're all over the place, just need to be reordered. And then he's finally squishing down, and then hard left, he's left the ground. First part of the jump. And the extra new graphics I've created are now pre-shifted split cell, so he's riding up the side of the character cell. Okay, so he's there, but I can also, in the middle, he's there, in the middle of that cell, and of course there is the other one. Because I've added these in, I'm going to have to rejig all of this, but you have to work either side of the lettering you want to keep. So yeah, I've added all this pre-shifted sprites in, so you can, while he's jumping in mid-air, you can move him around within the cell. So the idea is behind it. Let's say if your worm is stood here, and you want to jump onto the edge of here, where there's craters. Let's say you're going to jump from here and click this crate, that I can now make him squat down, leave the floor, and traverse across the cell, and come up here and make it look like he's kind of doing a bit of an arc jump onto that block. I've already tested it, it looks quite realistic and acceptable, and I am quite pedantic in my animations because I want it to look as cartoony and smooth as possible, like an arcade machine, working with the limitations of the spectrum. So I do a lot of my graphical design using ZX Paint and this kind of system, and paying heavy attention to how things are animated right down to the pixel positions, so I can get smooth jumping without any try to iron out the jaggy movements. Yeah, so I've still got a lot of work on shifting things about. For some reason, I don't know why those are there. Oh, those are land blocks, aren't they? Yeah, 2 different types. That's what they are. Yeah, I added those in. I keep shifting this about because I keep doing tech demos and animation things. I keep changing this a lot, but it's so easy to shift around. So we've got font 2 here. Let's bring up font 1. So I'll just load binary data. Font 1. Let's pop it in at 64 because that's where the point is looking at right now. Just run that again, and you'll see a different set of graphics come out now. Yeah, so let's just, I haven't done this yet, so I might as well do this together. Screenshot, let's save screen. And I did make one, font screen. Just put the 1 at the front so you can discriminate between 2. On 1 screen, save. Okay, so we'll just bang, there we go. So that's the first font that's loaded in when the game first starts, and you obviously see there's more land blocks and things. You can make all sorts with this. Anything from landscapes, houses, trees, foliage, grass. Got the alien in there. And some sheep, but there's only 2 worms, which actually need to be pre-shifted, don't they? Still in the middle. I could keep them in the middle, but I really should put these into the other one and have 6 positions for that stood up there, left, center and right. I'll look into that. But this is the first font I created for the game, and it was more focused on building land and some of the basics that you'd need just to get the game going. And so I could work on things and start my game writing. And of course, any of this is subject to change at any given moment, adding and taking things away, such as this. This is actually the lowercase letter E, and that's the tail end wisp of a cloud or a piece of land. I'm actually wanting the mirror image of that, so you can have a wispy end there. Flick it over so you have the wispy end, and flick it the other way so it's not the, you know, that's pointing up, the other one will point down, so it'll look like a little wave. Try that for the clouds and things. Of course, all of this, the font, whether it's 1 or 2, because it's in the character set, I can use a 2x2 text magnifier and magnify any of these to double size, which looks great. You can get a block of bricks that occupies that area now. It's been magnified to that, and you get these super huge chunky bricks. It looks great. Same with everything else. Large sheep, large aliens, large worms, etc. Right, so today I shall be working on something special for a Welsh friend of mine, because he was complaining about the something to do with the sheep in the game, and I suggested that we have a sheep shagging mode. Now here's some of the other graphics. Some of these have already been loaded into UDG banks, ready to use, and some need changing. I had animations for the worm digging into the deck, screaming the hammer. Now I've got these graphics for the hammer, where he's sticking his hand up in the air and reaching out. But I've also got prod graphics, where he will prod his finger into the next cell over. And there you go, you see, the enemy worm's being prodded by the finger and gets ready to be shot away. There's more split cell animation for rising up and going vertically and down across cells. See, I've already started split cell ages ago, so all this can be changed. You see how he's crossing through the cell there? All that can be got rid of because I've changed my technique. So this map is going to be redone again. I've got tags for the GUI, some numbering and direction arrows. These are probably what we needed. Something for the bazooka. That's shit. I'm going to change that. You can see some of the weapons here. These will be on the GUI. You've picked a shotgun, you picked an Uzi, you've got a pistol, you've got a bow and arrow, you're using the fire punch, you've got a prod, you've got a hammer, a mine, the dynamite, the sheep, digging ability. There's the tank graphics, if we're going to use that. The flamethrower graphics are here. Worm with sheep just before he sets it off. Yeah, worm with... This is why we pre-shifted everything over. So on the screen you'll see him holding the grenade bomb and the bow and arrow. He's holding a pistol, he's holding an Uzi, he's holding a shotgun. You've even got little words. Poke, whap, poff, biff, zap, paff, pop, bop, oof, plop, flick. You know what that says? Oof. No, no. So those are got to be put in because we've got a crappy sound, haven't we? So I'm going to try and make the best of it. Parachute. Yeah. All sorts of things. This is circular explosions, but it can also be used for the flamethrower. Some of the colours are out and everything here, aren't they? So, well, there you go. That's a bit of an insight in how I'm designing Wurmz. It's a ton of work, isn't it? 2 fonts, loads of graphics, but that's what makes a great game at the end of the day. It's the Tron screen. You'll be able to play that on Wurmz if you want. I'm going to improve Tron himself. That was just one iteration. And then I recognise it looks awesome. But yeah, will there be a Wurmz Tron theme for sure coming up in the more full versions of Wurmz, where you've got a map editor and the like. Right, well, that's all for now. Catch you later.